I'm working on engine number 2 here. I wanted to get some of this on video. I'm just trying to hurry through this. We got to get this thing started. This is going to be hours of work, but I couldn't get the other one started. These are the plugs that I got out of engine number 2. They are much worse than engine number 1. But we couldn't get engine 1 on the right started. I found a couple more issues. I ordered some parts for it, but I'm not sure how quick I can get them here, and we got to get this thing started one way or the other. So I'm going to keep wrenching on this thing. I'm going to do what I can, try to get this started, man.
Sean Bikes and Beards.
Hey, I was thinking about something. I got an idea for you.
Okay.
We need a race. Plane versus motorcycle.
Wait. I'm going to race an airplane against you on a motorcycle.
Yes, sir.
Well, Sean, I mean, that seems a little bit unfair.
For you, I know. But you know what? I'm willing to give you that handicap.
I'll tell you what, you can pick which airplane. So you can pick the airplane and whatever motorcycle you want. And actually, you can pick where we're going too. So yeah, I'm in though. I mean, this will be a lot of fun.
Let's get something scheduled in. We'll figure out the vehicles. We'll figure out the details. I'll have my people talk to your people, and we'll get something on the books soon.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. Sounds good.
Awesome, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. All right, later.
All right, later.
Did you just take a phone call with that speaker?
Oh yeah, this is the new Cove speaker, man. This thing's totally sick.
How does it sound?
It sounds amazing. Here, let me play it for you. This Cove speaker is so cool. Let me show you what it does. Check this out. Watch this. It's literally a true stereo speaker system. Each one of them has their own battery power. You can split it. You can still take phone calls on it. These Cove speakers are awesome.
So, how long do these batteries last?
Oh man, I can play these speakers all day on one charge.
So how do I get one of these?
Put in the code RR67 from the Cove site, or you can click the link right in our video. 67% discount if you click the link or enter the code RR67. I'm not going to tell you to buy a product if I don't think it's awesome. This thing really kicks butt. They have a bunch of other products as well on the website. Check them out, enter the code. It's our code to you guys. It does support the channel, and we really appreciate it. All right, so we're back here with the 401. We did a bunch of work. Completely cleaned out the fuel system. I did it off camera. I'm just trying to get things done as quick as possible here. I did get a chance to talk to the owner, this morning, or the old owner. He's a great guy. Because I know we had the offer, or he had the offer on the 401 from this random person. I believe the story was that he wanted to sell it to a scrap company or something. I'm not sure. I even questioned, is it a real offer? Is this a real guy? The old owner and I talked about it, and we're not sure. But he's on our side. He doesn't want to sell it, although he could use the money. We've become really good friends, through this. And one of the things that I've really recognized too, you do have some scoundrels in anything, but you also have some really good people in the aviation community. I love seeing all your comments, the good and the bad. I love that you guys are so invested that you'll research stuff, you'll talk to people, you'll ask questions, you'll leave comments, you'll throw me under the bus. I think it's awesome. I love that you guys are invested in this, because that's how I am. I'm invested in this. All of us here at Rebuild Rescue, we're invested in this project, and we're gonna get something done with this. At any rate, let's get this thing started. We gotta pull these cowlings off because they're flopping around here and they're in my way. So we'll pull both of those cowlings off. And when this thing starts and this makes a ton of wind, even when this thing's turning over with no spark plugs in, this engine turns over twice as fast as the other one. So it's given me really good hope. I mean, it has oil here at the turbo. When I pulled this line off, there's oil here. There wasn't oil at the other turbo. The gauge, when I'm turning it over, after it turns over for a bit, shows a little bit of oil pressure. The other engine didn't do that. So today we're gonna get the injection pressure, fuel pressure. We're gonna check that. We're gonna also check the compression on this one. Now this is compression of an engine that was locked up and unlocked, so it's not going to be high, but we'll be able to see if it has broken rings from unseizing the motor. We're going to be able to see, are the valves stuck? We're going to be able to see, is there a lifter problem or a cam problem or a broken push rod? Because we don't know what the real history is of this and what happened as it's sitting and what's locked up and what's not. So we didn't get a chance to do it on the other engine. We're going to do it on this engine today, and we're going to take you guys along to see what we find out. With the more and more I read the comments of how bad all of these bird droppings are, I'm starting to think I should probably at least keep some gloves on. Where are my gloves? Let me go get some. So we're still trying to work out some of the places to keep tools and to keep supplies here because we're pretty jam-packed. But I actually had a fan. I guess we have fans now, which is kind of weird. That said, they are our #1 viewer. Drop off a toolbox for us. So we have a toolbox that we'll be using here, so it should help clean things up a bit. So that hose there, it's actually dry rotted and just crumbled as we pulled that apart. That's disgusting. We'll get that cleaned up later. I keep thinking, what's going to happen when we get this fired up? It's 100% our airplane, and we can inspect it with some APs and, see what are the chances. I mean, it's going to be a ton of money no matter what, if it would ever be able to be flown again. But, can it be? Is it possible? I guess anything's possible with enough money, and I think a couple of you have said that before. All right, so we got our fuel injection service kit here. I'm hoping that we can get this all hooked up and at least see what kind of pressure it does have on the electric side and also the manual side of the pump. From what I understand, it'll run off of the electric pump alone, or it'll run off of the manual pump alone. The idea is to have two systems just in case one fails as a backup for the other one. I just gotta figure out what goes to what. So before I do all this, I'm gonna pull this fitting off of the top of the fuel distribution manifold and see if one of the fittings I have will work, so we can check the pressure and see, how much pressure we do have. All right, perfect fit. I think that'll seal. I'm just gonna find something to stick in the end here to finish our fuel pressure tester.
You shove a ratchet in the end?
Yeah, it's an extension. Hey, sometimes you don't have all the fancy stuff that people have to get things done, but you still got to get it done. So we'll make do with what we have and figure it out here together along the way. So we have a gauge. Once we turn this electric pump on, is it going to hold pressure, or does it build a little bit and then quit? Because it does need to have constant pressure over these injectors. So let's get that checked now. Let's see if she gets any pressure or not. Any pressure?
15.
All right. We got pressure. All right, so we know that the electric pump gave it 15 PSI pressure. I do have to check in the engine manual, the airplane manual, to see what kind of pressure it's supposed to have. I think somebody told me or mentioned 6 PSI. I'm not sure on a mechanically injected engine on one of these TSIO 520s what it should be, but that's 15 sounds good. So now we're gonna turn the engine over. I'm gonna keep the electric pumps off, but I'm gonna turn the engine over and see what kind of pressure the mechanical pump builds. Clear. All right, so it looks like the mechanical pump might not be building pressure, but I do know that they'll start and they'll run off of the electric pump because they're made to do that. All right, so we have fuel pressure here. I feel good at 15 PSI based on how these are set up. To make sure we take our contraption apart and I get my tools back out of it. So this one all the way up to 15.
Yeah.
I think that'll be plenty. Knock on wood. You're right, knock on wing.
Knock on wing.
Some ugly fuel coming out of there. Smells like fuel though. It's just old fuel. It's like a greenish yellow. So we've got fuel pressure up the distribution block, and I already did pull apart all the lines and I blew them all out. There is a clear path through all these lines. They are all clean. I did not pull the injectors out like I did on the other side and sonic clean them or anything like that. So if we go to fire it up and it doesn't fire up, I'll probably swap the injectors out from the other side because I know they're perfectly clean. But I think we're gonna go ahead and chance it without cleaning those out just because I want to get it started. So we are going to check compression in all the cylinders so we can see if it does have compression. What we're trying to do is we're trying to see, do we have a stuck ring? Do we have a broken ring? Do we have stuck valves? Do we have bent push rods? I mean, there could be so many different things that could be wrong with it, but this will at least tell us, about where we're at testing all 6 cylinders. So we got the compression tester mounted into the head, into where the spark plug goes. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna work our way around the whole engine. We're gonna check each cylinder. Yeah, so here's our compression. I think this engine it's a turbocharged, so it's lower compression. I think it's about a 7-to-1 compression ratio, maybe a 7.5-to-1. So this is not gonna be up in the 200 range or the 180. I'll be happy to see like 30 at this point in each cylinder. And 30 PSI on one of these engines will start. I've seen them start with 20. So, all right, so let's open the throttle body up and give it some power. Obviously keep the mags off. We're gonna turn this over and see what that compression gauge reads. So what did it read?
It went right up to 60, and then it hit 90 right after that.
Yes. 90 PSI is like really good. From one of these engines, it's like really, really good. I'm a little blown away and a lot excited. I'm really interested to see now, like if we would go over on the other engine and we would check that one. I'm wondering like, is there gonna be one cylinder that's bad? Is it, you know, I'm not gonna do that because we gotta get this started, but at some point we are gonna do that. One of the viewers mentioned naming the airplane the Phoenix. If we end up restoring it, Flight of the Phoenix. That's pretty cool. I can't believe that. I can't believe that that has about 100 PSI, 110. That's awesome. Clear. Clear. How much? No way. That's crazy. Now some of these cylinders may read a little more than others because they could have more oil in them, helping the ring seal, because of all the fluids that I dumped in there, getting this to unseize. All right, last one. Clear. (120 PSI). So we have compression in all 6 cylinders. We actually have good compression in all 6 cylinders. So that means that we have no stuck rings, we have no broken rings. Chances are the pistons aren't that scarred up, the walls of the cylinders aren't that scarred up, if at all. Valves are opening and closing, we have no bent push rods, we have no camshaft issues, worn lobes, anything like that, worn lifters. All right, so we have oil pressure. It's spinning a lot faster than the other engine. We got compression, we have air, we have fuel, we have spark. Now, one of the mags, this right mag here is not working, but the left one is. So it does have spark in the lower half of the right cylinders and the upper half of the left cylinders. So it should start. It should start. I'm not gonna say it will start because that's gonna jinx us, but it should start. Totally excited. Let's get these plugs in. Then I guess we're gonna pull it outside and see if she'll start. So if any of you ever need help putting spark plugs in, give me a call, because I think By now, I'm probably rated as a professional aviation spark plug installer. Plug wires are all on. Got fuel, we got spark, I believe we got air. I think the throttle bodies are working. We have compression. Let's get this outside and see if she'll start up. So before we take this outside and try to start it, make sure you guys pause the video and do me a favor, put something in the comments. Is this gonna start, or am I gonna be a loser again and it doesn't start? So, you know, put your guess in the comments. So normally I wouldn't do this because my pride would get in the way, but I think I've lost a little bit of that on this project. So I'm gonna go ahead just in case it helps a little bit and get a little bit of starting fluid in the turbo here. Hopefully that doesn't just backfire and explode. Get these primed. Mags are hot. Oh, wait a second. Wait a minute. I almost forgot. Hey, buddy. Yeah, we're just getting ready to start this 401 up, and you know, I thought I was missing something. So I thought I'd give you a call and see if you could hook us up a little bit.
Hey Jason, Jimmy here. Congrats on your plane. And of course, can I get a clear prop?
Clear prop. We got oil pressure, we got some fuel pressure. I do have the pump on, no I don't. So it's running off the mechanical pump right now as well. It's the RPM. Got manifold pressure. Let's see if the props want to work at all. I think we have oil pressure. We got some temperature, so let's see what it does. Oh yeah, props working. see if this EDM 760 is working or not. All right, there's the EGT. There's the battery charging. Let's see if it, yep, there it goes down. There it's going up, so the alternator's working. Avionics are moving around. Got good oil pressure. All right, we did it, guys. It started. So that makes this plane 100% ours. It's ours. This is our plane. This is our plane to do what we want with it. This is our plane to take it as far as all of you want to go. So we're going to keep digging in. We're going to get the other one running. We're going to check all the spars. We're going to inspect it. We're going to clean it out. Thank you guys for coming along in this adventure. If this thing's going to fly, you guys are going to make the decision. Put down in the comments, let's fly. How close are you to the airport? Hour and a half? All right, I'll meet you here in an hour and a half. Oh, okay, around 1:30? I'll see you then. Thanks, brother. Yep, bye. Yeah, so that was just the owner of the 401. I have a feeling he knows why I was calling him. He's gonna be heading out here soon, and he's gonna see this thing run. I know he's gonna be excited, so I can't wait for him to get here. I can't wait for him to hear this thing run and see it run, and I can't wait for the future of this project. I'm so excited. So Sam, I know this airplane meant a ton to you, and I know it means a ton to you now. It's even hard for you to see it.
Right. I told you I wasn't looking at this airplane ever again.
Yeah, and I kind of.
And yet here I am.
I know, and I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate everything you've done and the friendship. You know, and the whole thing about which, you know, for myself and viewers, which really created like a lot of talk and a lot of feelings and stuff, is this guy calling up, offering you 20 grand. You know what I mean? And
right.
The most amazing thing is the first thing you did is reached out to me and told me the story about him and sent me some information you had, and you know that you said, hey, you know, no, this is what we're doing. You know, this you're going to get this thing started, and it's what we're doing. So for me, it blew me away. You know, with how you keep your word and how you really want to see something happen with it. I think there's bigger plans for this for everybody. I really do. I think there's bigger plans.
All right.
I'm thinking you probably started this thing up once or twice.
A while ago.
A while ago? Think you remember how to start it?
I think I can figure
Think you
it out.
figured it out? I know you don't want to hop in
No,
here,
I really don't, but I will.
but let's just see what we can do here.
Oh my gosh.
So do these controls and everything look familiar?
Oh yeah. Which one are we starting?
The left one.
Court prop. Hey Sam, does that seem familiar to you? Yeah. That's great. So now you own half an airplane. Oh, get out of here. Look at all the bird nests moving. Oh yeah. I believe you.
That's the crappy seat. It's a belted potty.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
So if you, when you had 7 people, you had to sit back there, and we called it. You get the crappy seat.
You got to sit in the shit.
Yeah.
I want to, thank you for coming out today. Thank you for the opportunity.
No problem.
I appreciate the friendship.
Yeah, I expect this thing to be flying in like a month, right?
Well, we were shooting for 2 weeks, but if we get a month, it's going to make it a little
I'll
bit
give you a
easier.
month. I'll give you a month to get that one over there started.
Whoa! Hey, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, turn the notifications on, like all the videos, check out our other videos. We have some really cool stuff, and we have some really, really cool stuff coming. And we just opened our Shopify account where we have some really cool merch, shirts, hats, mugs, like all of it. 401 Forever shirts, Jeep hats, stubby shirts. It supports the channel. It helps us bring cool stuff to you, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.